One of my favorite topics to teach is the topic of emotional intelligence. How to manage your emotions. Imagine for a moment when people push your buttons. Would you agree that people can make you mad? People can hurt your feelings. Well, people can push your buttons, yes, but who owns and chooses how you're going to respond when people push your buttons? Obviously, people can push your buttons, but no one can make you mad. No one can hurt your feelings. No one can even make you feel guilty, not even your mother. It is not possible. And yet we have to understand that emotional intelligence gets in the way of our ability to communicate and build healthy relationships. Because when people push our buttons, we tend to react based on what we think they mean. We make a lot of assumptions. And based on those assumptions, we tend to react emotionally. And when those emotions climb, when people push our buttons and our emotions are up here, we cannot think clearly. We cannot think of what to say. We cannot make good judgments. And yet that is usually when we want to have conversations with people, when we want to react or respond to people. So I want to teach you a simple method of managing emotions that I think is the key to emotional intelligence. Your ability to keep your emotions under control means you must first notice that you're even at a point where your emotions are climbing so high, you're going to lose it. And at that point, there's a simple method that I teach people that we all learned back in grade school. This method is simple enough. You may have remembered that back when you found yourself, if you were to find yourself on fire, what would you do? Should you run? Or you follow 3 steps. Everybody remembers that. You stop, drop, and roll, right? Well, it's the same thing when your emotions are on fire. When people push your buttons and you ignite, you must notice you're here. And you must stop. Do not proceed further. Get out of the situation. Ask someone, could I call you back? Could you give me just a minute? And you've got to get out of the situation. Then you must drop your emotions. You must find some way, whether it's deep breathing, whether you go talk to somebody, whether you get it out of your system. You've got to do something to get that emotions down so that you can be calm enough to roll with how you're going to proceed in a way that's going to be most effective. So always remember, if you find your emotions getting awfully high and they're getting to a point where you're not sure you can handle it clearly, you must stop, drop, and roll.